This is the last video before Christmas. Obviously, it's the Friday, and Christmas is going to be on Sunday. So, of course, the customary Merry Christmas to everybody. Hopefully, you have a tremendous day. It's my favorite holiday throughout the entire year. Hell, you can even see in the background all of the decorations. That's only a very, 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 very small amount that's just in the little Don Consuelo studios that are right here. Okay, obviously, I can't show you everything that's on there. I need to have a little bit of privacy for myself, but rest assured, I love me some Christmas, and I love to cover, especially on the day just before Christmas, like we did last year, just a real good feel good story that's out there. Okay, not a lot of substance to this one. I just seen this story, and I think that it's a good one that's out there. Okay, it's about a healthy father-son's relationship, and it's benefiting the community. Wow, imagine that. Okay, it's not a takedown of masculinity or anything like that. It's almost like there's some good and there's some purpose in this world for good men that's out there. Imagine that. Father and twin sons chop and deliver firewood to vulnerable people for the 5th year in a row. Have they been like chopping wood consistently? Because, pause. They're rather built individuals. A Washington father of 8. Holy... Do you know what's causing it? And his twin sons are helping heat homes for the holidays by chopping and delivering firewood to veterans, the sick, and people who are down on their luck. Tremendous expenditure of your time. The father's winter mission started 5 years ago, and this season it's stronger than ever. Shane McDaniel, 51. Yo, my guy's 51 right there with arms like that. Go get it. Owns a beer store. Again, this guy's Okay, he's got 8 kids. He's 51. He's in tremendous shape. He owns a beer store. If we were living in real time right now, he'd have his own cartoon show. He learned to split wood with his late father, has a child, and now has 8 children of his own. Jack, 9, Mario, 12, Ellis, 13, Natalie, 14, Wyatt, 18, and twin sons Henry and Harrison, 25, and Maddie, 26. 26, so he started at 25. What a good man. McDaniel told the Epoch Times that in the wet, cold Seattle area, it is surprising how many people go without heat in the winter. I get a lot of message of people that are dying, cancer patients, a lot of Vietnam War veterans, he said, and a lot of tear-jerking stories. I usually have a volunteer read them because when we're deciding who to give firewood to, it's very emotional. McDaniel's twin sons, Henry and Harrison, are the right-hand men. Meanwhile, McDaniel's younger children are involved with helping with deliveries. Well, that's awesome. Look at all of that wood, but we'll actually get better pictures of this as well. Like, you take a look at that. It's not that I'm wishing for this to happen, and definitely I want the opposite to happen as well, but if that place ever goes up in flames, it's going to burn so hot and for so long, because you can even just see it right there, okay? All the way just stacked up right along their house, okay? Even got that big old pile right there. Just great people. Absolutely great people. Additionally, McDaniel also welcomed around 500 volunteers from Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, the local baseball and hockey teams, to help with the delivery. Father of 8 claims his biggest reward is a recipient's gratitude. Not everybody breaks down in tears. Just a few of those. That do is enough to really motivate you, he said. I think that when kids see people crying on their porch in gratitude, it goes a long way. That's why I've had hundreds of kids volunteer. The fact that he doesn't ask for anything in return, it's just, I don't even know what to say. Like, this is so tremendous. And the fact that he can double this by spending time with his kids. There isn't a better example of a good dad that's out there right now. Like, in a year where masculinity was under full force attack, man, this guy's just a shining example. Between 2011 and 2018, he suffered from sickness every day and lost 70 pounds, all without a diagnosis. What? Doctors had believed that the sickness was due to nerve damage in his stomach and thus had planned to remove his stomach. Whoa. However, McDaniel made a decision on his own to cut out processed foods and notice that changed. He stopped getting sick. It actually doubles back into the stuff that I normally talk about on this channel. Oh my God, this guy's great. It was an allergy to soy. Of course, you see this Turbo Chad right here? Of course he's allergic to soy. Holy! Due to his sickness, McDaniel developed empathy for those who are sick. It was a near-death experience in November of 2018 that further propelled McDaniel to turn his empathy into action and start giving to others. During a diving lesson for himself and his kids at the Puget Sound, along with northwestern coast of Washington, McDaniel nearly drowned. Was gone for 3 or 4 minutes and then revived. He said, "I bled that day from my ears, mouth, and eyes. Oof, but the terror of drowning has left me a bit damaged emotionally. I cry every day for a month. I never used to cry. Now I cry when I hear the stories of hardships or sadness." Probably cried by himself, but every time that he cried, he had to split one log. That's why you got pictures like this now. Anyways. Within days of nearly drowning, McDaniel gave half of his possessions away and decided, that's why there's no wife pictured here. He's like, listen, somebody else can deal with her right now. I've got all my kids. Actually, yeah, 16 kids and a wife. Okay, now he's got 8 and a really cool looking poodle. That first winter, McDaniel donated 6 months worth of firewood. Like, that's not cheap either, okay? By the following year, McDaniel's community had caught wind of the project and began donating wood. McDaniel even received a donation from the local government of felled trees from a nearby park. Listen, we're just going to torch them and we're just going to chip them up anyway, so if you want to cut them up, go for it. Another arm of the city government didn't like what I was doing. Of course, because they were going to try to find a way to tax you, right? McDaniel said they wrote me $70,000 a month in fines. Why? Because you're doing something good and the government can't take credit for it. Yuck. $500 a day for the fire hazard. Oh, just stop it. Yet the support from his governor and the local fire department, McDaniel proved the project complied with safety regulations and was allowed to continue. Ugh. Government always makes everything worse. He upped the ante on wood chopping that year, amassing around 260 pickup truckloads of firewood. Wow. It was difficult to gauge. It was so much, he said. Over the years, the pile of wood has become a popular site for people to take selfies. Yeah, no doubt. And an American flag. Yo, this guy's great. Since breaking 2 toes with a log splitter accident, McDaniel struggles with his balance and his back. Oh. But he doesn't plan on stopping firewood donations anytime soon. Those who are in need of firewood, contact him through Facebook or leave a message for him in his beer store. Right, I forgot. He owns a liquor store as well. How great. Those with pickup trucks usually collect their own wood, and McDaniel delivers only to people who cannot drive. For the 2022 season, McDaniel has 30 cords. Yo, a pile 8 feet wide, 4 feet high, remaining, which amounts to 60 half cords for 60 deserving recipients. When the winter is over, he will begin the cycle again with his boys in the spring. There's still people in the world that care for strangers, he said. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do any, sort of pre-screening on this. I just seen the story and it's like, oh, that's got to be pretty good. There's got to be a good story, but that right there, unironically, might be one of my favorite stories that I've covered this entire year, and I mean on the main channel as well. Okay, that was just a really feel-good story, and I'm glad that I picked that as the Christmas video. So on Sunday, in a couple days time, okay, hopefully you have the company of your friends and your family, okay? Hope that you set aside a couple of moments for yourself, enjoy the greatest holiday of the year, and that you have a few things that you're thankful for and some moments of mirth to share with those you love. If you don't, well, I'll be back on Monday. But thank you all for the tremendous growth over the past couple of weeks here. Eclipsed 100 subscribers on this channel? On this channel. I just do this for fun. I just do this for shits and giggles. I don't anticipate anybody watching this stuff, but I'm incredibly thankful whenever I see a comment, whenever I see a like, whenever I see a view on any of the videos that's out there. I'd be reading this stuff regardless, okay? The vitamin and mineral breakdowns, the importance of sleep, okay? The different COVID vaccine injuries that are out there, okay? I like talking about that stuff. I like researching that stuff. And then, of course, just spinning it out there without having to get too hyperbolic or too turned up or anything like this. This is definitely toned down Dawn, and it's a good interpretation. And it's a good way that I can just ground myself with less inflammatory content, but then still put out a good message. Congratulations to the McDaniel family for doing something tremendous. And I thank every single one of you that have waded through the entire video, watched the entirety of it. I thank every single person who gave me an eyeball throughout this entire year, because you just keep me going over here, and I love to do it. I love to talk, and I love to spread the information that's out there. Merry Christmas to everybody out there, and we will catch you on Monday. So with all of that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.